You're watching Fugitive Red-Eye, and welcome to another episode of Tales from the Drive-Thru. It's been a fucking while since I've done one of these, hasn't it? And in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about something involving the job I currently have, but not actually when I was there. So one of the old managers who used to work at my job, I've heard nothing but horror stories about working with him. I've heard he was a real hard-ass, like he would scream at people just for them trying to explain something to him or to talk to him or do anything. He didn't let anyone take breaks. He was always just shouting and being a total dick, right? Like, I've heard nothing but bad things about this guy. The only positives I've ever heard, people saying he got shit done, but I would hate to work in that environment, and if I'd worked with this guy, I would not have lasted in that place. Yeah, apparently this guy also, damaged some of the, stuff in the warehouse by moving stuff with the forklift. Like, we have these rollers that pull out into the trailers that we're loading, right? Because we load boxes into trailers. And there's these rollers that we pull out, and he couldn't get them to fit into the place where they roll up into. So, there's higher up rollers that go down, and then there's, a smaller thing of rollers that pulls out, right? And the higher up ones is where the smaller ones slide into. So he used the forklift and shoved it and damaged it. So now the higher rollers are unsafe. And apparently they've been like that for a while. Because again, this guy was there before I even started. And those rollers have just been like that the whole time. So we're actually getting them fixed finally. We haven't been using them. But this guy, he did that. And he fucking... he crashed into him with the forklift and just kind of left him there like that, not telling anybody. But he actually got fired for stealing from the company, right? He was just stealing stuff out of the trailers from the company, and he finally got caught doing it. I think he stole a laptop that was, put in there as a sting to, catch whoever was stealing the shit. And then he got fired. And then I started working there shortly after that. So this was about 4 years ago or so that this guy had worked there. But turns out, not that long ago, I don't know if it was this year or last year or whatever, this guy actually killed his wife. Legit, he got into a fight with his wife and he killed her. And so just hearing about that from someone who worked where I work, it's insane, to think that someone like that was there. Anyone's capable of murder. You never really know with that sort of thing, obviously. But it's just a weird thing to think about, that this ogre of a manager that luckily I never had the misfortune of dealing with, not only damaged some shit at the warehouse, stole from the company, then fucking killed his wife, and then had a shootout with the cops. I think he's in prison, he might be dead, I can't remember which. Someone was telling me about it and then I looked it up, but I don't remember all the details. It's just an insane thought. But yeah, that's really this one. Maybe not as fun as some of the other stories, but I thought it was one worth mentioning. Anyway, this has been Fugitive Red-Eye. Have a good one. Toodles.
I had to suck 5 dicks to get into this show. Let's see you top that.